Reporting at Walton Stadium, Kayla Reed, U Central Sports. Well, the Sooners can make it look like an early 4th of July here at Hall of Fame Stadium if they can keep the stadium lit, which they are very well known to do. Alex looks to continue his undefeated record, but before he can add another win under his belt, he has to prove it all right here in the ring. Landon has spent most of his life jumping over hurdles, but not only on the track, but in life as well. It's home sweet home for Florida State's Sydney Sherrill as she looks to take on a back-to-back championship title, only this time in a different setting. And the wrestling team comes back from a rocky battle in Colorado this weekend. On Saturday, UCO fell short to number 15 Western State Colorado, ending their 6-match winning streak. What a game it was tonight for the Lady Broncos in their comeback to 59-67, down 10 points at halftime. Tarleton State is currently 6-5 and UCO is 7-4. In Hamilton Fieldhouse, Kayla Reed, U Central Sports. And well, she has done it again. Taylor Bevis has been named the MIAA Hitter of the Week. Last week, Taylor averaged 5.62 kills per set. After her performance, Taylor has moved up to number 2 in the NCAA Division II rankings for kills per set. And if you tuned into sports this weekend, you've probably heard about some big changes with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Around 11 a.m. on Saturday, former Thunder players Ennis Canner and Doug McDermott were traded for the New York Knicks' Carmelo Anthony. The rowing team ended their season not on high water, but on a high note. Imagine being 7 years old and moving countries and starting a new sport because you're getting in fights at school. Well, that's the story of Alex Saucedo. Now fast forward 20 years and he's back in the city he grew up in, getting ready to compete on boxing's biggest stage.
It's more motivating to me, more motivating. I was very motivated throughout this whole camp because of the opportunity of coming home and, you know, fighting in front of my people that have been asking for this fight. And now the opportunity is here and it's up to me to, you know, take care of business.
If he wins, he'll be the second national champion from OKC, right behind Sean O'Grady, who started boxing in 1975 and won his first world title in 1980.
I expect for this to be a very difficult fight for him. It's going to be very entertaining for everyone in the Chesapeake Arena because they're going to see two top-tier boxers fighting it out, struggling out. They're going to see the strength. They're going to see the struggle of boxing. The pain, the hurt, they may be cut. They're going to show the heart of these two fighters. So I'm so proud that this is in my hometown of Oklahoma City.
Alex looks to continue his undefeated record, but before he can add another win under his belt, he has to prove it all right here in the ring at Chesapeake Energy Arena on Saturday. On the scene, on the story, Kayla Reed, News 9. Landon has spent most of his life jumping over hurdles, but not only on the track, but in life as well.
It was crazy at the very end of the race, you know, won by, you know, half of a tenth of a second, so came down to it. I had a lean. That was probably the hardest lean I've ever done, and ended up overleaning a little bit and got off balance and couldn't recover and went down. I put my arm out to stop myself from face planting on the track and ended up fracturing my radius. Aside from his championship fall and being the first national champion in Oklahoma Christian history, Landon had to hurdle over another obstacle. That is his trainer, who also happens to be his dad.
It's difficult at times. You know, it's kind of a challenging, and in fact, it was, you know, sometimes I had wished I had identified someone else to help train him. But ultimately, Landon's attitude was very good about it, and we worked together to find kind of the best methods to train him. It has been 11 months of solid training for Landon to get ready to compete on one of track's biggest stages. And when it's all said and done, he will look to compete on the world's biggest stage. I'm ready to eat snow cones and sit on the couch for a while, but after this, I think I'm going to go ahead and end up trying to make the 2020 Olympic trials. That's going to be the ultimate goal, and then after that, we'll probably be done. On Thursday, Landon will compete in the 2018 U.S. Outdoor Track and Field Championships. On the scene, on the story, Kayla Reed, News 9.
Pulled down the line and gone! A more Oklahoma native.
You know, you got to pinch yourself. Is this really happening?
That's what Florida State dad Scott Sherrill is saying after traveling thousands of miles this year in this truck to watch his daughter, second baseman Sydney Sherrill. And oh, the places he'll go.
1,000 miles one way there, so it's a couple thousand. And then, of course, you know, going to South Bend, Indiana. You know, we've been to Alabama, we've gone to Texas. It's a little nicer this time. It's like 10 minutes away from the house.
It's been awesome. you know, looking up in the stands and seeing my family and seeing all my friends has been pretty amazing, and I just want to lay it out all on the field, and getting this opportunity has been incredible, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else right now.
Well, it's home sweet home for Florida State's Sydney Sherrill as she looks to take on a back-to-back championship title, only this time in a different setting. 1 year ago, Sydney was with Southmore as they took on the state title, and this year she's with Florida State as they look to take on the national title against Washington tonight at 7. On the scene, on the story, Kayla Reed, News 9.